Good morning, Wildcats, and happy Testing Tuesday to everyone. But before we get started, we need to take some time this morning to recognize some amazing feats by some of our Wildcats. And so it is for our place in pentathlon. So we want to say a big congratulations to the following sixth grade students: Kiara Zendeja Sandalna, Jizupa Tao, and Devin Weber for their place in the academic pentathlon for the county, placing fifth in the super quiz. Kiara with a second place finish in mathematics and fifth in science. Jitsitsa with a fourth place finish with math, and then Devin with a fifth place finish in literature with an overall team placement of fifth place in the county. So great job to all of our sixth graders that represented and for the team overall for their placement within the county. In the seventh grade, we'd like to recognize again the team. They placed fifth in the super quiz. Christian Martinez with a fourth overall, second in literature, third social science, fourth mathematics, fifth fine arts, and then also Ari Castro with her fourth place finish in literature and fifth in social science for an overall team placement of fourth place. Again, that is within all of Merced County. So great job to those two students and for their placement as a team in the county. And then for our eighth grade students, we want to recognize the super quiz sixth place finish with Celia Darv with a fifth place finish in fine arts, and then Chloe Feliciano with also a fifth place finish in fine arts with an overall team placement of eighth place. So a good job to all of our eighth grade students there, and a big congratulations to all of our students that participated in pentathlon this year. A little more difficult than years past, but you guys all represented. So big congratulations to you all for representing in the county academic pentathlon. All right, it is Every Kid Healthy Week, and so it is Tuesday, so we are going to continue on with our information that we were going to be sharing for Every Kid Healthy Week. But first, let's not forget that we do have testing today, and so if you are an in-person student, you will test in the morning when you get to campus. For our distance learning students, you will test with your homeroom teacher in the afternoon, checking in at 1. If you are an in-person student, remember, you do not need to attend your afternoon on testing days, and that will be for today and for tomorrow. Now, big announcement that we do have grades that will be submitted by your teachers. It'll be the final progress reports for the year before final grades are released, and those will be updated on Friday. Tomorrow is Wildcat Wednesday, so make sure that you have your favorite superhero clothing and take those pictures and send them in to egong@weaverusd.org for our Wildcat Wednesday. All right, Weaver Wildcats, let's remember that we are Weaver Wildcats, so continue to live the Weaver way. So make sure that we are working responsibly. We have that excellent behavior, that can-do attitude of achievement. We're valuing everyone. We exhibit respect to everyone, and we are ready to learn. So also make sure that we do our part to help stop the spread of the coronavirus. So make sure you are washing your hands frequently. You're practicing that good respiratory hygiene. You avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. You're maintaining that social distance when you do have to be out. And if you're feeling sick, stay home and get better. So also remember that during distance learning, it's important that you continue to check your school Gmail account every day throughout the day. You're checking into your Google Classrooms. You're checking into your daily class meetings and watching the announcements for anything important going on at school or in any important changes. And then you're also making sure that you're taking those brain breaks to get up and move around. Right, it is Tuesday, Wildcats, so there will be Netflix Club today after school from 3:30 to 4:30. If you are interested, make sure to email Miss Dewey. And there is also Culture Club today after school with Miss Ramirez. For more information about Culture Club, make sure to email Miss Ramirez. All right, for today, there will be cross-country practice. Make sure that you have received your COVID test before you report to practice today, 4 to 5:30. Again, that's for cross-country today. And then softball, you will also have practice today. So make sure that you have received your COVID test before reporting to practice today. Again, that's from 4 to 5:30. And baseball, you will have practice tomorrow from 4 to 5:30. All right, and so for healthy kids, today is Tasty Tuesday, and it's brought to us by Miss Johnson from Food Services. And so today you're going to learn about how to rethink your drink. And so the two questions that we're going to be looking at is, what is your favorite drink? And have you ever thought about how much sugar is actually in your drinks? So what beverages are you choosing? So if you look there to your right, you will see a chart that has how many teaspoons of sugar are in your drink and how many minutes of brisk walking it would take to burn off just the sugar from that one drink. So if you see there, if you selected a soda that's 20 ounces in size, it has 15 tablespoons of sugar. You would have to walk for 56 minutes at a speed of 3.5 miles per hour to burn off just that soda. And so you can see that chart there as an example. And so if you look at the different drink choices, which drink choice is the best for the amount of sugar is in it? Yeah, if you look at that chart, that would be water. But we're going to find out some more at the end of our announcements today with a video that Miss Johnson has provided for us to learn about how much sugar is in your drinks. And why should we drink water? Of course, there's no sugar. It keeps us hydrated. So are you able to drink at least 8-ounce glasses of water each day? That is the recommended amount. And so there are some cool little recipes that you can include in your water to make that water a little more tasty with some healthy alternatives to all those sugary drinks. And all right, so make sure to stay tuned for the video at the end of our announcements. And don't forget, Wildcats, each one of you is great. Just allow yourselves to be. Stay tuned and learn more about how you can find out how much sugar is in those drinks you're drinking. Have a great day, Wildcats.
Hi Kids Fit Crew, I'm Hy-Vee dietitian Katie here to talk to you about Hydration Station. As a dietitian, I coach people with their health through the foods they eat and the beverages they drink every day. Just like you might have a track coach that teaches you how to hurdle, I get to teach people how to eat foods that taste good and keep them healthy. Now, let's talk about healthy hydration. Hydration is important for our bodies to function properly. If you do not have enough liquid in your body, you might feel cranky or irritable. You might be hungry even after you've just eaten, and your brain might be foggy, not allowing you to think very clearly. It is essential for us to get the right amount of liquid every day so that we're in a good mood, we don't mistake hunger for being thirsty, we can focus on the task at hand, and the nutrients we eat get transported to the proper places in our bodies. We need to get the right amount of liquid every day, but we also need to be mindful about where our liquid comes from. Some hydration sources have a way higher sugar content than others, and when we drink those drinks that have those added sugars in them, they digest into what we call empty calories. What that means is when we drink those drinks that have that high added sugar content, we digest them really quickly, and then we don't have enough fuel. They don't really give us enough fuel to make us feel full. So we kind of reach for the next snack or grab another thing to eat. So today we are going to rethink our drink, and we're gonna do a fun activity where we measure out the sugar in some common beverages. What do you drink? Do you drink milk, maybe juice, soda or pop, flavored water, sports drinks, or just plain old water? Today during our Rethink Your Drink activity, we are gonna measure out the sugar content of all of these beverages. So what you're gonna need is some sugar. You are going to need a teaspoon measure, and you're gonna need 6 little bowls. In each teaspoon, there is 4 grams of sugar. And grams is how they measure sugar on a food label. So if I were to tell you that a drink had 40 grams of sugar in it, how many teaspoons would we measure out? That's right, 10, because you're gonna take the amount of grams, you're gonna divide it by 4, and that's how many teaspoons we measure out. Does that make sense? All right, let's get started. The first drink that we're gonna measure out is milk. In 1 cup of milk, there are 12 grams of sugar. So how many teaspoons should we be measuring out? That's right, we are going to measure 3 teaspoons into our first bowl. 1, 2, 3. All right, so milk is very nutrient dense. It is the opposite of empty calories. It's all the sugar in milk is natural. This means our bodies digest it a lot easier. Plus, milk is an awesome source of calcium, which gives us strong teeth and strong bones, okay? Milk is also a really good source of protein, which helps us to feel full, and it gives us strong muscles. The second drink we're gonna measure out is 100% apple juice. So in 1 cup of 100% apple juice, there are 28 grams of sugar. So how many teaspoons should we measure out into this bowl? That's right, 7 teaspoons of sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So, 100% fruit juice, any type, is not gonna have any added sugar in it. It's gonna have great antioxidants that help to keep you healthy too. However, we want to limit our fruit juice intake to about a half a cup a day because it would be better for you to actually eat the fruit, like you eat an apple, instead of drinking the apple juice. The reason being is when you eat that apple, you get more of that fiber, and that helps to fill you up, and it's a less concentrated source of sugar. Our third drink that we are going to measure out is 12 fluid ounces of soda, or in other words, a can of pop. So keep in mind, this is a bottle, so this has even more pop in it, so it's gonna have even more sugar. So in a can of pop, an average can of pop, there are 44 grams of sugar. So how many teaspoons do we need to measure out into this bowl? You're right, 11 teaspoons, so count them out with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. We're getting kind of full there. So 11 teaspoons of sugar in a can of pop. Next time you see a soda bottle, make sure you check out the ingredients and you will know what I'm talking about. Drinking this won't give us a nutritional boost either, and it actually dehydrates us because it has caffeine in it. So while we think we're drinking liquids to hydrate our bodies, we're actually dehydrating them and causing the grumpiness, the hunger, and the lack of focus that we'd like to avoid. A better option would be to grab a flavored water. So let's measure that out next. There are 0 grams of sugar in flavored water. So how many teaspoons of sugar do we need to add to our 4th bowl? Man, you guys are getting good at that. You're right, 0 teaspoons of sugar go into the 4th bowl. So flavored water is an awesome option, especially if you're trying to replace that pop. It's got a really strong flavor, and they have fizzy varieties. If you're not a big fan of carbonation or you don't like that fizzy effect, they have flat or non-carbonated varieties as well. And the flavor options are endless, so you can change it up and you won't get bored. These are great at hydrating us because all it is water with some flavoring added in, and usually that comes from fruits, vegetables, or other natural sources. And typically they're pretty low in calories as well, and they taste great. The 5th drink that we're going to measure out is a typical sports drink. So in 20 fluid ounce bottle of sports drink, there are 34 grams of sugar. So how many teaspoons do we need to measure out? This one's a little bit tricky. You still got it. We need to measure out 8.5 teaspoons of sugar into this bowl. So count it out with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then just fill it up halfway. 8.5. That is how many teaspoons go in a 20 fluid ounce bottle of our sports drink. But it's a sports drink. It has to be healthy for us, right? It is if you are working out hard for more than an hour. This means running or biking or practicing really hard at your sport for more than an hour. That way, the sports drink, the electrolytes, and the carbohydrates, the sugar, replenish what we've lost in our sweat. If we are sitting at home doing homework, going for a leisurely walk or a light workout, we don't need that sugar or those electrolytes to replenish anything because we haven't necessarily lost anything. So a better option would be water. Let's measure that one out next. Can you guess how much sugar is in any amount of water? You are right. There is no sugar in water, so we don't have to put any sugar into our final bowl. If you are a fan of water, this is going to be your best bet at staying hydrated. Water is refreshing, naturally free from sugars, and it hydrates our bodies most efficiently. So drink up. I challenge all you kids fitters out there to drink more water this week. I want you to fill out our Rethink Your Drink tracker. Go to HiVKidsFit.com, click on Learn, then Training Tools. There you'll find a list of documents. I want you to click on Rethink Your Drink. It looks like this. You'll use this tracker to document how many 8-ounce glasses of water you're drinking in a day. See if you can get all 8 filled. Once you have the tracker filled out, post a picture of it and tag us. Enjoy your healthy hydration. Thanks Kids Fit All-Stars for tuning in for Hydration Station today. We'll see you next time.